Hello, Copper Basin High School. We're going to be running through the show today.
The weather will be for the football game later this Friday.
And Trent Hughes?
And Trent Hughes right here. We got a football game this Friday. We got a couple games for tomorrow.
Sick.
The normal high for today is 83 and the normal low is 60. The normal high is 86 and normal low is 66. The records that have been set in 1925 was 100 and 1953 was 100 as well. The sunrise will be at 7:20 this morning, and the sunset will be at 7:55. It was a gorgeous sunset last night. I don't know if any of y'all saw it.
It was nice.
But it was gorgeous.
I was out there. Purple sky.
Purple sky, yeah.
Purple sky.
Beautiful.
Weird colors.
The hour-by-hour forecast all day today is going to be clear, and if you are into that cool weather, it's kind of looking like a little bit of fall coming in. Personally, I'm not a cool kind of person, so if you are, you're going to love all day today, because it's going to be 50s going up to the 80s, and later tonight it's going to get down to 78. Allergy forecast, grass, mold, and weeds are approaching the high, and trees are in the low.
We do be getting allergic.
I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice, but I think it's that. I think it's the grass that's getting me this.
Yeah, I had a struggle to get to school this morning. I'm not gonna lie.
But allergy forecast is gonna be pretty much approaching the high for all the categories except trees. It's gonna stay in the low. So if you like trees, you can be around them and not get allergies. Forecast for this week is going to stay. We're gonna have storms Thursday through Friday, or Saturday, my fault, and it's gonna stay in like the 80s. It's gonna be cool-ish. It's gonna be very humid, of course, Thursday through Saturday. It's gonna be very cloudy all week, but it's gonna be pretty.
Gorgeous, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, if you like the rain, personally, I love the rain, so if you like the rain, you can get out there and get jiggy with it, I guess. The weekend forecast is going to be storming on Friday and Saturday, so hopefully this football game, hopefully don't get no rained out or stormed out, because do come out and support the football players and the Copper Basin band. But it's going to be in the 70s, it's going to be in the low 80s pretty much just all weekend. It's going to be cool, it's going to be pretty.
Everybody make sure to, support these games, as she said. Personally, I love the fact that it's fall because it's sweater weather. But one thing I don't like is this asthma season. I've been going from able to run 5, 6, 7, 8 miles without too much of a problem to struggling to run 3 in 2 days. That goes for everybody that's playing football, any games, make sure you're watching out. It seems like maybe our tech guy had a little bit of allergies this morning. Technical difficulties. We're a little late this morning, and, we had a little bit of problems on the show. We got it all worked out. But what we'd like to, we're going to pass it to Trent Hughes so we can further elaborate on how we're going to be doing with in the games.
All right, so we got volleyball games, and we have a volleyball game for tomorrow, and it's against Lookout Valley. And hold on, let me come up here real quick. It's against Lookout Valley at home at 5:30 to 6:30, and then we have NGCA the 9th and the 12th of September, and NGCA on the 16th of September as well. We got golf matches. Shout out to the golf team. I'm on that. TCPS at Flagstone tomorrow. Come check that out. Football game. We got a football game against Robbinsville, and it's at Robbinsville the 13th this Friday. Come out and support the band and the football players. We will love to see y'all there.
Thank you so much, Trent Hughes, for the thank you so much for being motivated this morning, Trent. You know, showing up today. We really like to see you here. You know, very good speech, sports expert. I'm really glad you added all that information for us. It seems like you know, I'm not sure if you know anybody watching this are juniors or seniors, but in the last like couple days, you know, to around a week, we've had a lot of Army speakers. You know, a lot of guest speakers that are coming from the Army. We've had, I think we're having the Air Force this week sometime. We had the Navy, we had the National Guard, and we had the Army, you know. So, you know, we've been going through that a lot, and, you know, we're going to have to take the ASVAB, I think it's September 18th, so make sure you're on top of that. And, you know, we wanted to get a little segment, you know, talking about the Army, and we were thinking, you know, who is a very good motivational, you know, figure in the Army space, per se, you know, and we landed on, you know, the GOAT, David Goggins. So he was a Navy SEAL. He is a Navy SEAL, and he's an ultra marathon runner. He's run triathlons, over 60, if I'm sure. He's one of the. He's known to be the hardest man alive, and the hardest. That's what he calls
hardest.
Hardest. Okay.
I thought you said the hottest. I was like, now hold on there.
I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? I'm not wrong, am I? I mean, look at the man. He's a hunk. But he had a big change in his life. You know, he was around like 30-ish years old. He hated how his life was. He was overweight. He joined the Air Force. Didn't anything change. You know, he went home after his duty, you know, around 230 pounds, hated himself. He saw a little documentary on the Navy SEALs, and he wanted to change his life, you know, after seeing that. And he called as many recruitment offices as he could. He was severely overweight. There's a weight limit whenever you want to join the Navy SEALs. So he was told the weight limit and was like, okay, unless you want to wait till next year, you know, you have around a month to, you know, lose. No, I think it was 2 months. It was 2 months to lose 100 pounds. So he got up every day, you know, and really worked for it until he did that.
That's what I call motivation right there.
That's motivation. Motivational Monday. Thank you, Trent. Thank you for that insight. Thank you for adding that.
Thank you so much, Trent.
And so he had to work, you know, really hard to get in the military. He got in the military. He was the only Navy SEAL to do Hell Week 3 times. Hell Week is one of the things that you have to do in training. You know, it's a 1 week period, and it's supposed to be, you know, test your limits as hard as you can. After Hell Week, you know, instead of, you know, doing all those intense boat carries and log jogs, you know, you're just doing walking, you know, trying to recover your body from Hell Week. He had injuries twice. He tore his like tibia, you know, broke one of his knees. The other time, so he had to redo it 3 times from week 1.
So much motivation just to be in that.
For sure. And he made it through it. You know, he was a Navy SEAL. He was, you know, very strong at this point. You know, he already had that motivation. He already had that dog in him. I will say. You know, what would you like to say about that, Trent Hughes? I know you got that dog in you. You know, in your golf matches, you're slaying it. But. We thank you for adding, Trent Hughes. Very good conversation. And he went out the Navy SEALs, and he was tested by he wanted to do a ultra marathon. He wanted to do this race. I think it was like the Lion 100.
How long did he have to prepare for that?
See, that's where I'm going. It was around a month in advance.
A month in advance,
and he had, you know, no training. He hadn't even ran a half marathon at that point. So he was like, he called the people in the race. He wanted to get in the race, and they were like, okay, to join my race, you at least have to run 100 miles at one point. He runs the 100 miles. Well, no, he doesn't run the 100 miles just like that. He's told, you know, in 1 week there is this track, you know, this loopable track, and you're just running in it for 100 miles straight. You're just going around the track. And if you can make the 100 miles, you can do my race. If you can't, then you can't do the race. So he goes out there, you know, no prior training. He starts running. You know, he's at a good pace. He's feeling good. He's already pushing himself at mile 20 because he's never been used to this. You know, at around mile 80, his feet start to tear, and and he's starting to feel like the early onset effects of organ failure, even though he doesn't know that. But he keeps pushing. He starts walking for a second, but, you know, he keeps going, and he pushes his body to the limit finishing it. You know, whenever he's at the end of the race or at the end of the 100 miles, because he did it. You know, and then that's what, you know, we always like to communicate here. Whenever if you have enough motivation, you really can do anything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I could go out and run 100 miles right now. I would really have to push myself. And so he got to the end. His whole body went in shock. He was in like cardiac arrest. He was experiencing organ failure in like 2 different organs, almost heart failure. And his girlfriend at the time was a nurse. He told his girlfriend, you know, she asked him, "Hey, you want to go to the hospital? Let me bring you to the hospital." He was like, "No. Let me sit here and enjoy this pain."
Enjoy the pain.
Enjoy the pain. The guy's insane. You know, he wanted to relish in what he did to his own body. You know, he wanted to feel it. He didn't want to, you know, skip out of it and, you know, take medicine to make it better. He wanted to, you know, feel the effects. Yes. And after that, it was like something clicked in his brain. You know, it's like his body really knew that his brain knew that his body is not going to stop. You know, like, if he wants to do something, he's going to do it. There's nothing holding him back. And it was like just a click in his brain. After that, he's completed over 60 ultra marathons, triathlons, ultra triathlons, you know, setting new course records for all of them. Actually, his first ultra marathon, he placed like top 5 in the world.
Top 5?
Yes, top 5 in the world, you know, and that's his first one ever done, you know, and he's consistently breaking new records and setting top 5, even when he's not that trained for it. You know, some of the other biggest feats he did is he holds the world record for pull-ups.
Really? What's that?
4,030? 4,030 in 17 hours.
17 hours?
Yeah, it's a 24-hour, you know, pull-up contest. I think actually now it might be a contested world record. If there might be someone that's beaten him or is training to beat him right now. I've seen him. He's doing really well in that. But the thing is, you know, David Goggins wasn't just doing that at the time. He did everything. He just did that as like a side thing. You know, he's also ran from San Francisco to New York City in just over 65 days. So to do that,
amen, brother.
You know, before that he had only ran, you know, 13 miles around that. You know, he ran, you know, just a couple, you know, races here and there. He just decided, you know, no one's ran from San Francisco to New York City without taking one day off. I'm gonna run 50 miles a day. You know, he did that. And he's just a figure known for pushing himself to physical and mental limits, which have earned him, you know, praise from around the world. So, you know, he's just someone to look up to, you know, especially if you're going to the Army. Make sure you're, you know, studying for your ASVAB test is coming up September 18th. And, you know, I was looking at it, you know, he also has a very strict diet. You know, like he fasts most of the day, and then he only eats around 1-2 meals at the end of the day. That's a very common thing when you're trying to stay really lean, you know, intermediate fasting. Personally, not for me. Not for me. I want to eat lunch, just like, you know, what are we having for lunch today?
Oh, we're having sweet and sassy chicken, or you can get some cheese sticks.
That's pretty good. Sweet and sassy chicken's pretty nice. Do we know breakfast?
We got chicken biscuit tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Trey.
That's gonna be some really good protein.
That's gonna be food. That's gonna be good. Hopefully you're there for it.
Oh, I will be. Don't worry.
We will be. Hopefully, at least. Hopefully you'll be there. Not the. You know, actually, yeah. But who do we have for birthdays? Do we know?
We haven't got no birthdays list yet.
No birthdays
but
today.
If we do have any birthdays, we will shout y'all out tomorrow.
Especially,
I did hear there was one, didn't get the name, but happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is today.
Happy birthday to them, you know. Anybody. It could be, you know, the mystery man. If it is your birthday and we don't mention it, make sure you tell us, because sometimes the sheet doesn't come in completely accurate. But thank you. Thank you for tuning in with us on this day. It's been a little bit of a technical difficulty day, but you know, we pulled it together, made the show happen. So thank you for tuning in with us today. Thank you for waking up with us, Basin High School. This is CBTV. We'll see you tomorrow for Toss Up Tuesday.